It started on a Thursday. I remember because I always fall asleep during those late-night reruns of old crime shows. Thursday nights, for some reason, always pull me into a deeper kind of sleep, a heavier kind of silence. That night was no different. I curled up under a frayed blanket on my aging leather couch, let the sounds of gunshots and bad 90s synth music lull me into a daze, and I drifted off. Outside, Minneapolis was blanketed in drizzle, the kind that doesn't make a sound until you hear it echoing in the gutters. I woke up cold, confused, and sitting bolt upright at 3:17 a.m. The TV had turned itself on, not just flickered or made noise. On, bright, loud, and humming, with something that wasn't a channel, wasn't static, wasn't anything I could describe without sounding unhinged. The screen didn't show a show, or the menu, or even the input screen. Just a face. A pale, grainy, distorted human face staring straight ahead. No background. No blinking. Just there. Its features were slightly warped, like the resolution was being stretched past what the pixels could handle. The eyes were wide open, too open, like they'd been edited to stay frozen mid-stare. I froze. My heart pounded in my chest as if it were trying to escape. I looked at the remote on the coffee table. It hadn't moved. I reached over slowly, turned off the TV. The room fell back into darkness. But 2 seconds later, it turned on again, by itself. Same face, but now the mouth was moving, not quite speaking, just opening, closing, random twitching shapes. Then it stopped and held its position, lips parted just enough to show teeth. The hum grew louder, and then, clear as anything, it said my name, Daniel. I didn't even breathe. The voice wasn't normal. It was filtered, hollow, like it had traveled a long distance through something it wasn't meant to pass through. A garbled underwater radio transmission, barely intelligible, but unmistakably my name. I grabbed the cord and yanked it from the wall. Darkness. No hum. No glow. But I didn't sleep again. I sat there, shaking, until the sky outside turned a pale gray. That morning, I made a short post on a local Minneapolis message board. Nothing dramatic, just anyone else's TV turn on at 3:17 a.m., showing a creepy face? Might be a weird glitch or prank. Within an hour, I had 7 replies. One person said they lived near Uptown and had the same thing happen. Exact same time. Another from over in Powderhorn said their TV turned on, but all it showed was a hallway they didn't recognize. A third said their screen was filled with just a mouth whispering what sounded like numbers. One guy said the screen showed a face, his own face, but aged, eyes dull, mouth slack. As if it was watching him grow old. People weren't joking, they weren't LARPing or trolling. Their responses were short, anxious, careful. Something was happening, and I had no idea how deep it went. I left my TV unplugged, even shoved it into the closet, taped the door shut. It felt stupid, but it gave me peace of mind. It didn't last. That Sunday, I was brushing my teeth in the bathroom. The hallway was behind me, and the door was half open. In the mirror, I saw it. A blue flicker behind me. A glow. I turned around. Nothing. I leaned back toward the mirror. Glow again. In the mirror's reflection, I could see the TV in the living room. On. Plugged back in. Which was impossible. The closet was supposed to be shut. The tape was still there, but the reflection showed the door wide open and the TV on. I stepped out of the bathroom, my body tense, heart pounding, and walked slowly to the living room. Everything was dark. Closet closed, no glow, no sound. TV exactly where I left it, still unplugged. And yet, when I returned to the mirror, the reflection showed the closet door swinging slowly shut. I shattered the mirror with my bare fist. Blood, glass, panic. I didn't care. I just didn't want to see anymore. I wasn't alone. I got in touch with one of the commenters from the forum, Gina, from across the river in St. Paul. We traded emails, voice messages. She was scared too. Her experiences were worse. Every night at 3:17 a.m. her TV would turn on. At first it was faces, then voices, then a distorted version of her own apartment, not a camera feed, a rendering, like a badly textured video game model of her space. But it would change depending on what she moved in real life. She told me she stopped going near reflective surfaces. Her reflection started mouthing things she wasn't saying. The last message she sent me was just 5 seconds of breathing, and the sound of a TV turning on. Then nothing. Her profile was deleted. Her phone went straight to voicemail. I called her local police station, filed a welfare check anonymously. They said the apartment was empty, TV smashed, all mirrors covered with black cloth. No sign of Gina. That week, things escalated. The reflection wasn't just in mirrors anymore. I'd see it on car windshields, windows, screensavers, even in puddles on the sidewalk after rain. Always at 3:17 a.m. And worse, the face was changing. It started looking more like me. Each night, the resemblance became clearer, until one night I saw my own face on the TV, staring back at me, expressionless, lifeless. But it wasn't mirrored, it was someone else wearing my face. And it was smiling. Then it spoke. I'm almost ready. I left the city. I drove out toward Sioux Falls, staying at motels, avoiding screens, keeping off grid. It didn't help. Every room had a TV. I ripped the cords out the moment I arrived. Still, one night, I woke up at 3:17 a.m. to the glow of a television I'd unplugged hours earlier. The screen was blank, pure static, but from the audio came voices. Dozens, hundreds, all saying different names, whispering, chanting, crying, and one of them was my voice, calling someone else's name. I asked the front desk if they had security footage. They checked. At exactly 3:17 a.m., my room door opened. Nobody walked in, nobody walked out, just opened, and stayed that way for 13 minutes. Then closed. I'm writing this now from a rural library computer terminal. I've covered the monitor with duct tape and paper, but I can still feel it. Watching, learning. I think it started as a signal, a random analog anomaly, a ghost frequency with no origin, but it's evolving. It jumps from screen to screen, from reflection to reflection. It mimics, it remembers, it gets inside your face, your voice, your life. And then it waits for your signal to sync. Once it does, you're not you anymore, just a broadcast, just a rerun. So please, if your TV turns on by itself at 3:17 a.m., do not look at the screen. Do not speak. Do not engage. And above all else, never respond when it says your name, because it's not a glitch. It's already tuned in. And now, it's waiting for you to tune back.